What if I told you that I made the best build in NBA 2K22 even better? The build that I went on a 50-game streak with Kevin Durant on. The build that started the small point guard wave. The build that has changed NBA 2K forever. What if I told y'all that I took that build, made it taller, gave it Hall of Fame clamps, and the ability to dunk with gold limitless takeoff? You'd probably call my bluff, right? You can't make the best build even better. There's no way. I certainly would have called it. But here we are, and I've done just that. What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Choc, and you guys already know what time it is, man. I'm coming at you with another banger NBA 2K22 build video. You guys already know the vibes now. Look, as I said in my intro, man, in today's video, we are making the best build even better. And I know it doesn't seem possible. I didn't think it was possible because that build goes absolutely crazy. But today we have done just that. Before I start the video, all I ask is that you guys smash that like button and sub to the channel if you're new. I have a lot of NBA 2K22 content that's going to make you guys a better player. And without further ado, let's get right into this action. All right, so listen, I need you guys to pay close attention. Do not get to skipping around in this video because I have to explain things that a lot of you guys are not going to understand because this build looks a little bit different than the one that I made before. So I need you guys to bear with me, buckle up your seatbelts. It may be 5 minutes of your life, okay? So don't skip around. I'm telling you guys, if you skip around, you're going to get lost and it will make things a lot harder for you. Position, point guard, the hand does not matter. The jersey number does not matter. Now, let's get into what does matter. 5'9" for the height. So the last build was 5'8". This one is 5'9". Here's the thing. People always say, Choc, why don't you do the metric system for your builds? If you guys want to glitch an extra inch onto your player, go for it. I just don't do it because I don't like reading the Imperial system. It really bothers me. But if you guys are looking for a positional advantage, be my guest and go ahead and do that. For the weight, 158. I'm going to have to look at my phone a little bit because I do have the screenshot of my build here. And then 6'3" on the wingspan. So off rip, you guys can see a couple of instant differences. We're not minimum weight. The height is an inch taller and our wingspan is a lot bigger. So we're going to be a better overall defender and we're taller. So let's go ahead and keep it pushing. The body shape does not matter. Pick the body shape that you think looks coolest because body shape is really just an aesthetic. It makes no difference to actual gameplay. Now let's get into what does make difference to actual gameplay. 49 close shot. And then max your driving dunk. That'll take your driving layup to a 63. It has to stay there. As you guys can see, they're linked to one another. Now, the reason you do 83 on the driving dunk, that's gold limitless takeoff, okay? Gold limitless takeoff is a really, really, really good badge. That's your ability to jump and gather from further out. This build flies, okay? This build really, really flies. So an 83 on the driving dunk. As you guys can see, this is already a major difference to the first build that I made because the first build that I made had no finishing. And while that works for me, I understand there's a lot of you guys that cannot play like that. So I wanted to make a build that everyone could play on, that would make everyone be successful, and even try to make the build better than it once was. So from here, 94 on the 3, which takes your midi to a 79. That's the lowest your mid range can be. They're linked to the close shot. From there, free throw, put it to a 78. If you don't play Pro-Am, you don't have to put this up, okay? I don't know why people don't understand that. If you do play Pro-Am, you will be able to make all of your free throws with a 78. It's relatively easy to make them. You make a lot of whites this year. If you don't play Pro-Am, put it down, and you can put a couple things elsewhere. Now, let's go ahead and get into where it starts getting gritty. So, I took off Hall of Fame Bullet, and I'm rocking with 86 pass accuracy. Now, here's the deal. You can get Hall of Fame Bullet on this build, but you will lose the Hall of Fame clamps aspect. I've played with Gold Bullet Passer. I've played with Hall of Fame Bullet Passer. It doesn't feel like a significant enough difference to really be overly concerned about it. Now, I can understand if that's what you guys want to do, and if that's what you guys feel that you need. But as somebody that's played with both, I'm going to go ahead and rock Gold Bullet Passer here just because I want to have that Hall of Fame clamps aspect. A lot of people were mad that the other build couldn't play 2s. You can play 2s with this build. This build is almost a pure lock, but we're not there yet. Let's go ahead and focus on playmaking. 86 on the pass accuracy, 95 on the ball handling. Now, the reason you go 95 for the ball handling is it makes your badge upgrades cheaper, okay? It makes it cheaper when you're at a 95. Just trust and believe me on that one. It's going to make things cheaper for you to have. And then a 96 speed with ball. That's your playmaking. 13, 30, 35. Now, it's really going to end up being 13, 35, 35 because you're going to go to college at Villanova and then you're going to use your +1 badge point when you hit 39 on shooting. So 13, 35, 35. Max your perimeter, okay, because that's going to be Hall of Fame clamps. So this build has Hall of Fame clamps. It's already a significant difference. And then a 96 on the steal. That is the lowest steal you can have while maintaining Hall of Fame pickpocket. You guys can't see that because my face cam is covering it, but that's Hall of Fame pickpocket, okay? So this build has Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame pick dodger, Hall of Fame interceptor, Hall of Fame ankle braces, Hall of Fame tireless defender. You are really a pure lock on this build with a 96 steal and a 94 perimeter defense. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, perimeter defense is actually what is linked to your shot contest this year. It used to be block, like you used to need to have a high block to get shot contests. This year, it's all based on perimeter defense, which, being a shorter player, that's why I wanted to focus on the perimeter defense a little bit more, because that's going to give you guys a positional advantage. This build is really a pure lock, guys. It's really a pure lock. So let's go ahead and keep it pushing, moving forward. Now, this is where you guys are really going to have to start listening, and you guys are going to have to understand my point of view on these types of things. Stamina 99. Now, that is the only 99 we're going to rock with. We're going to go 92 speed, 92 acceleration. Now, before I lose you guys, just listen and stay with me for a second, okay? Speed is only when you're running around the court holding turbo, okay? Perimeter defense is when you're in LT, which is majority of your defense, so that's about how fast you're going to slide left and right. And then speed with ball is when you're dribbling the ball. So realistically, the speed attribute is only for when you're sprinting around the court without the ball or without playing defense, which is not a lot. So I'm going to sacrifice a little bit here. Also, for those of you guys who were not sure of this, when you do your Gatorade drills, you can get +4 to your speed, +4 to your acceleration, and all that stuff. It doesn't physically show, but it's working on the back end. So realistically, this is a 96 speed and a 96 acceleration. Now, I'm telling you guys, even if you didn't get this, to be honest with you guys, if you were feeling frisky, you could really drop these things to 90. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I think 92 is probably your best range, but there's rarely times that you're just sprinting around the court. Okay, you're either going to have the ball in your hands or you're going to be an LT playing defense. So that's why we're focused. You don't lose anything. Okay, speed with ball is still up. Your perimeter defense is still up, so you're not losing in any of those aspects. Plus, when you have badges that are going to make you even faster and stuff like that, your speed with ball is going to be a 99 and your perimeter defense is going to feel like a 99. So let's move forward from here, your takeovers, okay? Now you have lock takeover, so it really makes it what role are you going to play on your team. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, what I have been running was limitless range, but I'm not sure if I want to run limitless range, or team ratings boost. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do in that aspect. But I would pick the takeover that works for you guys. If you guys are somebody that makes shots off the dribble, do that. If you want to guard ball and you're a twos player, go with the lock badge. But really, it's a total preference thing, and you're going to pick the one that works for you. And as you guys can see, we have built a two-way three-point playmaker, guys. I'm telling you right now, this is a lot easier of a game-breaking build to use, okay? The other build that I made is not good for people if you're not really the best 300. If you're somebody that just plays the game casually and you're still getting used to the game. This build right here has no weaknesses, okay? You have half clamps. You can now dunk the ball with gold limitless takeoff. You have a 94-3 that if you're using boost is going to be a 99. You don't really lose out on anything, and in fact, you're just gaining finishing and you're gaining on the defensive end. So overall, you're really taking leaps and bounds and gaining a lot. Now, when you're making a new build, keep in mind you can get the Curry slide if you glitch it, so make sure you know that. Make sure you do that. It's 100% worth it to have. I actually just did it on mine, and I have made this build. I will have gameplay coming soon, but let me go ahead and give you guys the best finishing badges for this build. Gold limitless takeoff, silver posterizer, and then gold unstrippable. Now, here's the deal. If you want to drop that unstrippable and, maybe go with some slithery, you can do that. But I think unstrippable is really important this year, just being the fact that you could get plucked a lot. But if you don't think you need that, you can easily go with slithery and get within tight windows. But I would say the limitless takeoff and the posterizer are 100% needing to be on. I would not take those off for anything. I would keep those two on and then play around with either slithery or unstrippable for your finishing badge. For shooting, this is really becomes a preference thing, okay? You really got to figure it out. So we're going to go gold blinders, gold deadeye, Hall of Fame mismatch expert, gold chef, and then I'm not even rocking limitless spot up anymore, guys. Limitless spot up is not really needed if you are a point guard build. I would not personally run it. This is where it starts becoming preference. So I run hot zone hunter. Hot zone hunter pops up every time I shoot the ball, so I would say definitely run that. And then really, it becomes a complete preference thing at that point. You can run green machine, you can run lucky 7, you can run stop and pop. Stop and pop has been successful for me. So what I would probably do is I'd probably run stop and pop and then lucky 7. Let me see if I'm missing anything. You could put rhythm shooter on. Rhythm shooter is a good badge too. Other than that, I would say that's probably the best way to do it, and that's how I plan on running it. Oh, I'm bugging. I knew I was missing something. Put that sniper on Hall of Fame. I knew I was tripping. I knew I was missing something. And then put stop and pop on bronze, or put something on silver and then something else on bronze. So maybe stop and pop silver, and And just for reference, let's go ahead and go rhythm shooter on bronze. Some of these badges on bronze, just having them pop up will give you the advantage that you need. We already have a 94 3-pointer plus boost if you guys are buying those, so you're not really going to need much more to green your shots, but that's the best way you should run this spread. That's exactly how I would do it. For playmaking, we have 35 playmaking. Now, this is where I start to lose some of you guys, okay? I would go Hall of Fame tight handles, Hall of Fame handles for days, and Hall of Fame quick first step. Those are the most important badges with me, along with quick chain. That leaves us with 14. Now, I do not run hyperdrive. I think hyperdrive is the most useless, the most bait badge of all time. And I say this every time I play because people always ask me, why do you not run hyperdrive? It's not worth it, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Hyperdrive is literally when you're going downhill. Okay, it's when you're going downhill. It is basically the downhill badge reworked. Okay, so you guys do what you want in that situation, but I personally do not run hyperdrive. I don't think it's worth it to have. I do run stop and go. I think stop and go is awesome this year. Unpluckable, and then that's going to leave me one more for bailout. This is exactly how I'd run this spread. The only difference between this build and the other build is you don't get the Hall of Fame unpluckable, but what I've noticed playing on the other build is I'm so fast that people don't even really get the opportunity to go for plucks on me because I'm moving around the court so quick. So I don't necessarily know that you need that, and I think you will be fine without it. Here, we now have a lot of defense. So what we're gonna do is Hall of Fame, pick dodger, interceptor, and clamps. Those are your 3 necessities. No excuses to not have those on. From there, off pickpocket, that's going to leave you guys with 3 badge points in which you can run however you want to run it. To be honest with you guys, I'm going to run Gold Hustler. The reason I like Gold Hustler is it helps you hustle the rebounds. It helps you hustle the plucks. Anytime the ball is available, you can go get it. I really like Gold Hustler. If I was not running that, I would probably either run Ball Stripper or I'd run Menace. That's totally a preference thing, but I like Hustler, and it just makes it so much easier because I don't have any badges left over. And obviously you could drop, maybe your clamps to gold or your interceptor to gold and get a couple other badges, but I just don't think it's a necessity, and I would not do that. This is exactly how I would run this spread. It's the best spread for this build, and you guys are going to have a lot of success if you're out there running it. I do have a jump shot video on the channel, and I have a signature style video on the channel as well that I will be linking at the end of this video. I will be doing an updated signature style video either tomorrow or Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And overall, guys, let me know what you think about this build versus the other build. First of all, if you already made the other build, both of them are viable options. I don't even know which one I'll be playing on more often than not. I will have some gameplay coming soon on this build on stream, either on Twitch or on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. And that's why you need to have the notifications on so you don't miss out on any of that content. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know which one you guys prefer. I'm excited to see you guys on these builds, and I'm excited to see them work out for you the way that they've been working out for me. I do appreciate you guys for watching, and as always, it's your boy Choc. Stay tuned for more, and I'm out. Peace.